Well, we're the Louisiana Bayou Society. Pretty much anything that you can imagine that's floating down the bayou that isn't supposed to be there is something that we end up coming across and picking up. I've lived coast to coast in the last couple of years. I've chose to live in Louisiana because I think it's one of the most beautiful places in the world. But we do have a severe issue here with litter. And that litter, once it ends up in the front yard, it ends up in your ditch. Once it ends up in the ditch, it ends up in a local bayou. And those things affect our ecosystems, they affect our animals, they affect water flow. I mean, the whole process, the whole idea behind the Bayou Society is to preserve our culture and our love of the bayou and the bayous themselves.
So I met Dominick and Alan at the festival we had here in Henderson, and he was looking to clean up the bayou, and I said, man, I could help you possibly. Sure thing. Matter of fact, I'll let them park their boats here. It saves them like about 6 miles.
Right now, we're on the banks of Bayou La Rose. It's where we've been concentrating our efforts. We figured it was best to start in our backyard. We want to lead by example and show that it can be done. We're cleaning up litter off of those banks over there that has been there sometimes for 40 or 60 years. A lot of really old bottles, a lot of big pieces of foam, a lot of tires and things like that. It's a really amazing, wild piece of land over there that nobody would have ever touched otherwise. So we're here trying to give back to the community, show everybody that this can be done, and develop all of the tactics and strategies necessary to really remove a lot of this trash from the bayou. Since the project started and we really started hitting the bayous hard, which I would say was about April, since that time we've collected roughly 8 tons, so 16,000 pounds of trash, and that is mostly just out of that Butte La Rose Canal right there. Oh man, we find everything. I mean, there have been useful things. We found like push poles and nets and things like that. We find a lot of vintage bottles, a lot of vintage cans. There's tons of styrofoam in the bayou.
Freezers, a lot of tin out in the woods, leftover pieces of broken off dock. We find drones out there.
Shocking number of drones, I guess, that people just crash into trees.
Fishing poles, corks, inordinate.
Lots of corks.
Yeah, lots of corks.
Yeah, bobbers under the trees everywhere. That's what Butte stands for.
It feels like it makes me want to go pick it up. I'm becoming acutely aware of garbage in my own neighborhood. During dog walks, I'm picking up trash, bike rides, like I'm noticing more trash in the ditches around Acadia Parish, and I'm becoming more aware of trash. So that's what it's done to me, so it makes me want to pick things up.
It's like a very zen process, It's something that's palpable. You can see the action in front of you as you're out there picking things up, and you leave it way more beautiful than when you got there.
I don't know how else to say it, except sometimes I feel better coming back from the trip than I did when I started it.